Welcome back to the Immigration Answers Show. I'm your host, Jim Hacking, with my good friend Daniel. Daniel, how are you?
I'm doing great, Jim. How are you?
Well, I'd be doing better, but the strangest thing happened. So I have, Apple AirPods, and Nor got me a Boba Fett little holder for it,
Yeah.
and one of them is missing.
Mm.
And it's somewhere here because the audio keeps going in and out on my computer. So if I can't hear you, that's why. I've been looking all over for it for the last hour or so. It's driving me nuts.
That is a little crazy.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Yeah.
Right.
How's live every day going for you?
I'm enjoying it. I've been surprised. I thought maybe on the weekends that there wouldn't be a lot of people, but man, Sunday we were hopping, and it's interesting seeing the different times. I think that maybe in February and beyond, I like doing it. I think doing it a little later in the day is sort of the best bang for the buck. Um, so I'll probably stick with it, but it's probably take the weekends off. I enjoy doing it. I
Yeah.
like talking to people. You know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me share the
Well,
link.
yeah. I love when when I'm not on the show and you say Daniel's on assignment.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm this serious investigative reporter traveling the world.
Well, one day maybe we'll send you on assignment down to Argentina.
Yeah.
You go down to Argentina and razz everybody down there.
Just so everyone knows, on assignment means taking calls for Jim. That's all that
Yeah,
means.
but yeah, you need like a little Walther gun and a little
Yep.
maybe like an eye patch.
Yep. Well, I was thinking more Anderson Cooper, some
Oh,
nice white hair, and just yeah.
yeah, I met Anderson Cooper once. I was at CNN on a tour, and he came through. It was funny because Marwan used to make fun of me because I would wear a coat and tie and then jeans, and that's exactly what he was doing in the middle of CNN. It's like he
Oh,
had on
really?
a suit, yeah, but then he had on jeans underneath.
Nice.
All
All
right,
right.
so
Well,
let's
yeah. What
get
do you
to.
think? All right.
Yeah, hold on one second. I'm gonna send you a Slack real quick,
Okay.
and
Cool.
then we'll get started. What's new? What's new with you?
Everything is great. Just found out my brother and his family's moving to St. Louis. He's got two kids, so super excited for that to
Oh,
happen.
that's great. Did he get a
Yep.
job?
Yeah, his wife did. So that's what's going on with me. Let's see here.
All right, sent you the Slack.
All right.
Why don't you go ahead and bring up our people? Bring up whoever.
Yep, absolutely. All right. Mrs. Widely, welcome to the show. How are you doing? Oh, we can't hear you, please.
Mm.
Mm. Miss Widely, we'll come back to you, okay? Or- Yeah, we can't hear you. We'll come back to you, okay? All right. Sorry about that. William, welcome to the show. Let's try you here. You're muted, I think.
Hello, Daniel and Jim.
Hi,
Hello,
William. How are
sir.
you?
I'm doing good. Jim, it's been years and I haven't called in. I watch every time. Um, so I'm actually your client and I went to my interview this morning.
How did it go?
It went great. We got approved on the spot
Nice.
and
Okay.
yeah, so I just wanted to call in and let you know.
Oh, well, I'm excited. That's great. Congratulations, and thanks for calling in, William. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Thanks,
All right.
William.
Have a great day, bud. That was nice.
William looks pretty happy.
Yeah, he did look happy.
All right. Raza, welcome to the show.
Hey Jim, that was lucky.
Hey.
I got in 5 minutes.
Yeah, people always ask me what's the best way to get in. The best way to get in is to get on early.
Oh, I always get on at 12, but sometimes it took like 25, 30 minutes. I'm a little surprised, but good. How are you guys?
We're good. How are you
Doing
doing?
great.
Good, good. I'm actually excited. I got my green card from the employment based in the second week of December, so I'm happy.
Awesome. That's great. Congratulations. What can we help you with?
The company that actually sponsored me, they asked me to start as soon as I got my green card. But there have been a lot of COVID cases within the company and also the management changes. The guy who actually hired me and did all my case, he's leaving the company, and they've been pushing my start date further and further. and I also got a full-time job offer from another company. So I wanted to ask you, is it okay if I accept the other position and start? Will it affect my case later on when I move to apply for citizenship in 5 years?
I mean, people ask me this question a lot, and it's sort of settled on, it's good to have 6 months with the employer, but if you can document everything related to why, like if you're convinced, I mean, I would do what I can to try to stay at the.
Jim, I can't hear you.
Oh,
Hello?
can you hear me, Daniel?
I heard you good. Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me, Raza?
I can't hear you, Jim. Hello?
Well, I'm talking. Can you hear me? Maybe take off your headset. Can you do something without your headset? Man. Raza, can you hear me?
I hear you, Jim.
You hear me?
Yep.
All right. So that's
some
funny.
creative stuff here.
Yeah.
Jim, are you able to answer and who can watch the replay or?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So Raza, here's the deal.
Hello?
Let's mute him, Daniel.
Yeah.
Raza,
I'll mention him in the comments. I'll tell him.
Yeah. So Raza, here's the deal. I would do everything I can to stay with that employer for at least 6 months. If you can't, you can't. But it's definitely worth trying, because if you leave right away, they're going to think that's a little suspicious. It's not a hard and fast rule, but what I was going to say is, if you could document it, if you could show why you weren't able to ever start with that employer because they kept pulling the job offer because the guy who hired you quit. If you can document all that stuff, then I think you should be okay. So keep all your records from now, but if you can stay with them for at least 6 months, that would be preferable.
Okay, perfect, Jim. Yeah, Raza, I told him to watch the replay and he replied, so that's great.
Okay, great.
All right. Sigrid, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I also called last week, and when I called, it was 8 days to my interview, and now it's 2 days. And I do have another question, because my husband has actually gotten COVID since then, and I see in the COVID safety precautions here that they say that you may have to answer health screening questions before entering. And I asked on the Facebook group if people suggested that I rescheduled or not. But with the quarantine days, we are actually fine, I think. Like, we're just like on the point where we can't go anyway. So we decided not to reschedule. But like, do you guys know if they will have questions that say, have you like been in contact with anyone with COVID? Or like, do you know anything about their way of handling COVID?
I've had them ask it at the building entrance with the security guards. I've had them ask it with the officer themselves. So I think that you need to, what I would do is I would go down to is the office far from you? I'd go down like tomorrow and see what questions they have for you and then go from there.
Okay, it's an hour from here.
Yeah.
So you just go into the building.
So when did he get exposed, and when was he sort of released from quarantine?
Yeah, so what day is it today? Tuesday. He has been sick from Friday, and our interview is on a Thursday. So
Friday was the last day he was sick, or the first day he was sick?
The first day.
So yeah, he can't go to the interview because it's at least 10 days, if not 5, and either way, you're not going to hit that.
No, I think the CDC said 5 days.
Well, yeah, but it's 5 days from, I think it's 5 days from when you're done, and you said it just started on Friday.
Okay. Yeah. Well, how is the process with rescheduling then?
Well, that's a total pain in the butt. You got to call and then ask them to reschedule it. I mean, they'll do it for COVID reasons, and it shouldn't be. Where do you live? What field office are you at?
The interview will be in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I don't know.
So, the officer, to them, getting sick is the most important thing. So if you and he show up, they're not going to like that. So I would encourage you to either call the 1-800 number tomorrow, or go there tomorrow or go there by yourself on Friday or Thursday when your interview is, with a letter, because you want to document that you told them that you weren't coming.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Sigrid.
Good luck, Sigrid. Sorry about that. That sucks.
That's too bad.
Wait all that time, and then you get the COVID.
Well, Jim, we got a real quick. Someone had an idea for your AirPod. Check your hoodie pocket.
No, it's
Anyone
not in
has suggestions for
maybe
where his
in the
AirPod
hoodie.
might be, let us know.
Oh, maybe it was in the hoodie though. That was it's got to be here somewhere because it keeps connecting to my computer. But when I play the sound, it plays the one that's in the holder, not the one. It's so dumb.
Well, we'll see if anyone else has any
They
suggestions for you.
even have this app. Oh, wait a minute. That's new. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, guess what, Daniel? It's like you move closer and it's like, what's that game where you're getting closer?
It's Marco Polo.
Yeah, hold on.
A lot of people waiting in the waiting room, Jim, but you know.
Go ahead and take one. I can do this. I can do two.
All right. Mrs. Wiley, we're going to try again here. Mrs. Wiley?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi. Yep, we hear you.
Yes, can you hear me?
How can we help you? Yes, we hear you.
Hi, how are you doing? Good. My husband went to his interview yesterday in the country of Hades, of Port-au-Prince,
Okay.
and they gave him a 221G form, Article 221G. What is that?
That means that there's stuff that's missing from the case. Did they tell him what was the matter with his case?
No, when we went back to the website to check it, it had a refusal on there.
Yeah, well, what happened at the interview? What did they say? They usually give you an indication as to what they don't like about the case.
No, this is in Port-au-Prince in Hades. They didn't tell him anything. He said after he gave them the dates and times that we was married, he put something in his computer, and then he told him there was no visa to call the USCIS, and then gave him a 221 Article G.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yeah, I'm his wife. I'm his spouse. He went to the interview yesterday.
No, I understand all that. Well, that's weird. They would say there's not a visa. Are you sure that's what he said? That's a strange thing to say.
Yeah, my husband have a feeling that he think that we married too fast, or we married September 23rd. I fill out the I-130 September 30th. We gave him the documents of our marriage license. We gave him pictures of me, and he was worried about why I only visit him 2 times. But Haiti country is not safe. They are on the not travel 4 level. So he asked him, why does she only visit you so little times? And then he typed something in his computer and gave him back all the documents, all the marriage license, all the pictures, all our conversations. He gave back him all the documents and told him to call the USCIS.
Well, that's not good that he's talking about USCIS, because that makes it sound like they're sending the case back from the embassy. That doesn't sound good at all.
What happened if they do send the case back?
Then you sort of are starting over, and you're going to have to reprove the marriage at USCIS. Then it goes back to Port-au-Prince. So it's almost like starting over.
Yeah, they approved us the first time. USCIS approved us. National Visa Center approved us. Then they sent it to the embassy. It was actually on expedite. And then they sent it to the embassy. He got his medical exam. He went for his vaccination. We did everything they said. But the man was an American man. And he said, I'm an American. My spouse is Haitian. But he had an American interviewer. And he talked to him in Creole at first. But when he found out he was married to an American, he did his interview in American language.
Okay. Well, it doesn't sound good.
The 22G1 says that SOLE, SOLE, I think they think the marriage is fake or something.
I don't know what SOLE would mean. Maybe they think you need a co-sponsor. Do you make enough money to be the sole sponsor?
No, they didn't say anything about co-sponsoring the affidavit support. They didn't say anything about that. My husband has the feeling that they think that we married too fast, that the marriage is fake. They
That
didn't
might be
say
it.
anything about that.
That might be it. We don't know. We're just guessing.
Yeah, but I asked him, but he said they didn't say anything about my income or anything like that. They only asked him a couple questions, but the form says which prohibits the granting of a visa to anyone who will marry and engage in marriage of the sole purpose of attaining the benefits of immigration.
Ah, so they think it's a marriage just for immigration. They don't think it's real.
That's what that mean?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's what it says under the 22G1, the 221.
Yep, that's why it's going back to immigration. You're going to have to sort of prove it all up again.
Well, I think we'll have a good chance because USCIS approved us. Everyone approved us before it got to the embassy. So I don't understand what their problem is.
I agree, but the problem is they're the ones that have the keys to the United States. That's the problem. They're the last decider. So good luck, Mrs. Whitley. Good luck.
Thank you for joining. Miss Wiley's fired up, Jim.
She's still talking.
Well, good luck there. All right. Shaquille Ahmed, welcome
Hi,
to the
sir.
show.
How are you?
Hi, Shaquille.
Yeah,
Doing great. How can we help
thank
you?
you, Jim. Thank you, Daniel. Nice to having me. I am Shakil from Bangladesh. I applied for EB3, Immigration Employment Base, and my DOL is approved is 4th December 2017, and my I-140 is approved is April 2018. And then my lawyer applied this DS-260 in 2nd January 2020, and then the pandemic starts. So till now, there is no movement. My first question to you, what is the predicted time my consular interview may come in Dhaka, Bangladesh?
What are you hearing? I mean, I don't know embassy by embassy when they're going to process certain things, so I don't really know the answer to that question. Are they even processing employment-based green cards?
Okay. No, right now they are not processing actually employment.
Yeah, so I can't guess. I have no idea.
Okay. Okay, sir. I got it. And another question is, I have my B1 and B2 visa. I had been to US in last September, and I met a couple of lawyers. They are suggesting me that you can apply, since your I-140 is approved, you can apply for the adjustment. But my actual lawyer who is handling my EB3, he says, don't do this, don't go for this, you wait for the consulate. Actually, in this regards, what should I follow actually?
You should follow your lawyer's advice and not come to the United States. You have to wait for your visa.
Okay. I should not go for adjustment with the B1, B2, right, sir?
That's right.
I cannot. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Shaquille.
That's all, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Good luck, my friend.
Much. All right. Anna, thank you for your comment. We'll be happy to speak to you sometime. Jim, I saw the little banner go across. Where is that?
I had to fix it. Hold on. It had the wrong date on it. Tomorrow's the 12th, right? So here we go.
There we go. Awesome.
So tomorrow at 11.
This feels way more official with the banner. All right, Esther, welcome to the show.
Hi guys, Jim and Daniel.
Hello.
Hi, Esther.
Yes, my case is like this. I came in America in 2018. I found an asylum. I came on HB1. I found an asylum, and I got work authorization and my socio through the asylum. Then I got married the following year, 2019, in April. After that, we have been married for 2 years, 7 months now. But we had a disagreement and we separated, of which the guy went ahead. My husband went ahead and divorced me. And I went to the lawyer. The lawyer advised me to divorce him as well. of which the divorce has not yet gone through. I divorced him in August. So my question is, how long does it take for one to divorce someone?
It depends where you live.
Sorry?
It depends where you live. Some places take 3 years, some places take 3 months.
Yeah, that was in Georgia.
Okay. Well, what about, I don't care about divorce because I don't know anything about divorce law, and I certainly don't know anything about divorce law in Georgia. What about your immigration case? Did you ever get your 2-year green card?
No, we never filed. We were married, but we never filed.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So what's the question for me?
The question was about how long does it take to divorce someone?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Is there anything else I can do to this point?
Is there anything else you can do? No. Mm-mm.
Okay, so I better go ahead with my asylum.
It sounds like that's all you have left, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thanks for coming on, Esther.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
You got it. Hey, Daniel, if everyone who's watching, we're 1 review away from 400. So if people could leave us a review, just go to reviewhackinglaw.com and leave us a 5-star review. That'd be a big help. So we would really appreciate it. I was surprised there were just 1 away. So hopefully sometime today we'll get over the hump and get to 400.
You like those round numbers, Jim.
I'm sort of
All right. I love these comments. People are just answering each other's questions. It's very nice.
Yeah, speaking of, the other day on Saturday, I had a doctor whose wife had some trouble getting into the country on her H-4 because her passport was about to expire. And, my mind always goes to conspiracy and trying to screw the immigrants. Well, the next day, I think a fellow named VJ got on, and he's like, no, Jim, that's how it's supposed to work. So, now we even have guests correcting me, and I'm always glad to get the right information out. So that was good.
Yep. All right. Mufasa, welcome.
Hi, Mufasa.
Oh, you're muted, sir. Mufasa.
Yep.
There you go.
Hello, Jim.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. What about you?
Great.
And I always come here for other people. So
yeah.
One of my friend that I just asked a question the other day about how is marriage get messed up, then file and appeal, then later file abuse. So he reached out to the office, and I think someone responded to him, telling him to send the case of the appeal, to send the details and some other document. And I was like, Jim already answered this question that the case might be there, but he should reach out to the office. Then they will take a look to know how best they could advise him. Although he's seeing someone, but nothing, they've not married or something. So I was in the opinion of advising that it's better for him to go ahead and do another divorce in United States and be sure, because since he could not be able to verify the Nigerian divorce, he wasn't able to verify. So I was in the opinion of him doing another divorce. But he's saying, someone in the office is still bringing up those cases that he still have with the immigration. I said, to my best of my knowledge, I think Jim might be better off to talk to you about it and maybe advise you. They can withdraw your case for you, then see if you want to file a new case. If you marry, after you marry, you start a new fresh case. Then that notify your first case that you have going on.
But who's gonna marry this time?
They are still seeing each other. They haven't they have not finalized when they're going to marry, but they are seeing each other. But it's like a prominent. But I told him he should not wait till then before he starts making a move, because he has been lumping on the abuse. And I told him, like, I will not advise him since he cannot verify, because it really worried me. This case has been going on for like 4 or 5 years. So I gave him the advice that have you even to verify, because of some of your video I watched, how they cannot verify your birth certificate, your marriage certificate, and I told him to do the same. And he tried to do it, he could not verify. So I was like, who knows? But immigration,
Sounds like that guy needs some help.
yes. But I think he's not getting maybe there's a communication gap between him and the clerk in the office, because he has reached out definitely. But they are asking him about the appeal. That's what the person that is answering giving him feedback, like you should send.
Well, no, I mean those guys know what to do. Our leads team knows how to, I love giving people free advice, but I don't give people free advice like calling the office. Either if people are calling my office, it's because they want to hire us.
Yes,
So,
absolutely. You want to do that because they are
right
already
now they're probably. I mean, first of all, just have him call the show, and I can talk to him here, or if you email us and say, I was on the show and this is my friend, we can get it moving. But it's not easy to get through to us. It's not easy to get through to one of our lawyers, and that's sort of on purpose, because we get so many calls that we want to spend our time talking to people who actually have a case. All right. So just have him reach out, and Daniel, any other advice?
I do not have any other advice, but we're happy to speak with your friend, but we're all qualified to communicate with him appropriately. So
thanks,
that's my
Mufasa.
professional answer. All right. Thank you, sir. Dana, what do you have for us? Hello.
Yes. Hi. Good afternoon,
Hi,
gentlemen.
Dana.
Hi.
Oh.
So I am a U.S. citizen, and we petitioned for my husband in October of 2020. We are currently at the NVC stage. We've been documentarily qualified. I had a 3-part question, if I could. I'll try to make it as concise and quick as possible.
Sure.
So I am just shy of the minimum household income requirements because we'd be counted as 4. I'm approximately, depending on when the taxes come in to see the exact figure, but I'm approximately $1,000 short of the minimum income requirement. However, I do have, I know some of the literature says 5 times, but for a spouse, it's 3 times in assets. And I have that and more. But I was told by NBC on the phone the other day that it is up to the consular officer to look at the physical evidence that you may provide at the interview, because NBC does not take it into account anyway as far as the assets or the difference between the minimum requirement and what you have, whether in 401k, savings, etc. So do we have any basis of knowledge on that as to whether or not the consular officer will indeed look at physical evidence that you have presented? Should it be uploaded to your file? Could they be a total jerk and be like, no, I'm not going to look at that, you're already low? What do we know in regards to that, if anything?
So thank you, Dana. You just gave me a good title for my next video. And the title of my next video is "There's no such thing as just shy on the affidavit of support." Okay. There's no such thing as just shy. And what I mean by that is you don't want it to be too close. You want to overwhelm them. You want it to be obvious that this one, sail it right through. If you're $1,000 short, if you're just at the number, it's not enough. So you have to find a co-sponsor. And you don't want to trust me. Ask anybody who watches this show about what it's like when you rely on the embassy to, like you say, not be a jerk. That's what they're designed to do, is to be a jerk. So you're just setting yourself up for 9 months, and I mean this, 9 extra months of delay if you don't deal with the affidavit of support at the NVC. Okay, so please allow me to segue perfectly into my next question in regards to a joint sponsor. I have very limited family. Not going to give you the sob story. My mom passed. I'm an only child, et cetera, et cetera. Everybody has their own issues. I found a very close family friend that was agreeing to do the joint sponsorship. However, we have heard conflicting information in regards to whether or not the joint sponsor
needs to be able to financially show proof of being able to support their own household, the intending immigrant, which is my spouse, myself, and my 2 children.
No,
Is that correct?
just the immigrant.
Just the immigrant in their own household. She
Yep.
is a single person, no dependents, unmarried. It would just be her and my spouse that she'd be sponsoring. But we heard that it would have to be the 3 of us, myself and my 2 kids, and her and him.
No.
No? So just her and the immigrant.
Mhm.
Okay. And then, the last question is, and it's kind of random, how hard is it to transfer a case to a different embassy?
What embassy are you at, and where do you want to transfer it to, and why do you want to transfer it?
I have no idea where we would want to transfer to, but we are currently at the Dominican Republic Embassy in Santo Domingo.
I was just in the Dominican Republic. Why
Oh, lucky you.
Why don't you want to do it there?
I mean, I do, but I'm in a couple of various Facebook groups and online WhatsApp groups, and they keep canceling appointments, and they say they have resumed routine services, then they cancel, and then they resume, and then they cancel, and supposedly everyone that had a January interview has been pushed back to March, and we've had 2 denied expedites, and it's just, I didn't know. I mean, everybody's in the same boat, honestly, and I get that.
Denied expedites aren't any reason to badmouth a particular embassy. Closing right now during Omicron, I think a lot of them are closing just for this 3-week spike.
Right.
I would not mess around with trying to transfer it to another consulate.
Okay, just curious.
Sure.
And those are all my questions. Thank you so much, Jim and Daniel.
Thanks for asking them so
Daniel.
concisely. I appreciate it.
Thank you. God bless.
All right. Rick, welcome.
Hi, gentlemen. How you doing today?
Hi,
We're
Rick.
doing great.
I've got a couple things. My wife is Filipino, but she lives in Japan, and we have been married just shy of 2 years. It'll be 2 years in February. So if we have you file the I-130 for the marriage visa, would we be doing the I-485 at the same time with that?
No, the 45 is only for people that are inside the United States.
Okay, how does it work for if you've been married and you've already married 2 years when they process it?
So, what stage are you at right now? You're just waiting for the embassy?
I'm in Oklahoma.
Right, but where's her case? It's already been approved.
We haven't done anything on it. I'm trying to get all the paperwork together so we can have you file it. I've already talked to you before and got your pricing and everything, but we got to get all our stuff together before we go.
Why did you wait 2 years? I mean, you should have filed this the day after you got married. The Philippine embassy is one of the slowest ones around. You're going to be waiting another 2 years.
Well, actually, we waited because she was still working. She's a professional singer, and it leads me to the other part of what I'm doing, which is I need to see whether it can be expedited at all, because I've had 9 stents put in, and my son's getting ready to graduate college, which means I'm going to be by myself at the house, and she could take care of me.
So that's problematic in a couple different ways. One is that, first of all, our friend Dudley is usually watching this, and Dudley's in a time machine about 2 years ahead of you. He's this close to hearing from the embassy in the Philippines. It's one we sued over, but I don't think your expedite request is going to go anywhere. It might, but it's certainly not something you can count on. I also think the fact that you were married a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, and then you finally filed, that's going to cut against your request to expedite, because they're going to be, well, Rick, you must not have been in too much of a hurry because you dilly-dallied for almost 2 years before you filed. So I don't think you can rely on the expediting at all.
But is there anything in particular I need that's going to be different than usual because she's living in Japan and she's actually Filipina?
No, that's a good thing. But not having to deal with the embassy in Manila is a good thing. So keep her in Japan if you can.
She'll be staying there. She's been living there for 20 years. So
I would say The most important thing is to get the damn I-130 on file.
Okay.
Nothing else starts until then.
Okay. And is there anything else I need to send you with an I-130 to start this or anything, or?
Well, we have the intake and everything. I mean, what's the first initial of your last name?
B.
All right, I'll have Daniel email you as soon as we're done.
Okay.
And then
That'll
we'll
work.
get started. All right, thanks, Rick.
Thank you. Appreciate your help.
Yep.
All
And
right, thank you, Rick.
I think Hayden's been waiting a while there, Daniel.
Okay, yes. He's been on a few times. Welcome back, Hayden.
Yeah. Hey guys, how you going?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, good. Good. Start off with good news that my case got approved, so the restrictions are gone. So a two-part question would be the first one. I've emailed your office to see how much you guys would price if I filed with you guys.
For what? What are we
I
talking
haven't heard
about?
back, but it's no big deal.
What are we talking about?
Neutralization, citizenship.
Okay. So usually naturalization's $3,000.
Okay. And then I've started filling out the forms. I think I'm stuck on the taxes part. Is this like they want like everything, right? Would be a good like just send everything.
I wouldn't send my taxes with my N-400. I would, if you have the tax transcripts, or I mean, they'll take your word for it for the most part, but you can bring your tax records to the interview. You don't need to put them in your N-400.
Oh, okay. So I tried to do it online. I started filling it out online.
Oh yeah.
So that's maybe why it's asking for all the taxes, but I don't know.
I don't know. I've never filed online, so I don't know.
Okay, so I just need to send the M400 in with all the information, and then I can take my taxes into the interview.
That's what I would do.
Okay, perfect. That's it. That was literally my question.
All right. Thanks, Hayden. See you, bud.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
All right. Whoops. Star, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello, how are you doing?
Thank you for picking me up.
Sure.
Hi,
Absolutely.
Jim. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Jim. I've been following you since 2019.
All right, great.
And,
Thanks for
How can we
watching.
help you?
Yeah. I'm asylee, and I got approved like 2 years ago, and I applied green card. Like it's been almost 15 months, still nothing. And last time I called like numbers, and they said send the envelope to National Benefit Center. Will this help?
Send what to the National Benefit Center? A letter?
Send a letter. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think the only thing that's going to work is suing them.
I mean, it's that's only way.
That's the only thing I know.
Is a 15 month is good enough months?
Yeah. Yep. On an asylum delayed green card, I would say yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Star.
All right.
All right. That was a quick one. Dennis, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I'm good. Good morning, guys.
Hi, Dennis.
Good morning. Where are you?
Right now I'm in Texas from Oregon. When I was in Oregon, I was going through divorce, so I talked to you guys. So you guys gave me some advice. So my question today is, my green card was given to me in 2018, in the month of June precisely. So we finalized the divorce earlier this year. So I just want to double check. Can I file for citizenship this year?
No. You have to wait 5 years to apply for citizenship.
Oh,
because you're divorced, right? You're not married to the U.S. citizen.
no.
And the start date on your green card was 2019.
No, the start date was 20. My 2 years start date was 2018 on the 6th 13 2018.
2018. So you can apply after 5 years. So you can apply next year.
Oh, next year.
Mm-hmm. What about your 751? Did you file your 751?
Yeah, I have my 751.
Is it pending?
That is my 10 years. You mean my 10 years green card?
Do you already have the 10-year green card?
Yeah.
You have it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's the start date on the 10-year green card? 2018?
No, the start date was last year.
No, it'll say on there resident since. That's what I need to know. Resident.
Okay, resident. Yeah, resident since
2018.
Yeah, resident since 2018.
What day? Tell me the date, and I can tell you the day you can apply for citizenship.
The day is on the 13th, 6/13/2018.
Okay, so on March 13th next year, you could file.
Okay, March 13th next year. All right. Thank you very much.
Bye, Dennis.
Thanks, Dennis.
Bye.
All right, a few citizenship questions today.
Yep.
That's always good. All right, Janieri, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Hi, Jim. Hi, Daniel. How you guys doing?
Great. How are you doing?
Great.
I'm fine, thank you. I've been watching you guys a couple of times now. I have a couple of questions. First of all, my mom has her 10-year green card right now, and she had my younger sister back home in Nigeria. We want to fight for her, and she has 3 more adult grown children who are married. So the first question is the one that is still single is about 30 something. Can she file for her?
Yes.
And when can she file? Right now, or wait until she becomes a citizen?
She can apply right now.
Okay. And how long is it going to take if she files right now?
Well, there's a wait on the adult unmarried children of green card holders, but that is the F2B category. And right now they're working on cases from 2015. So 6 or 7 years.
6 or 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what about the married children?
She can't apply for them until she's a U.S. citizen.
Until she's okay. What about my sister filing for my other sister? She's a citizen.
So that is, they're working on cases there for brothers and sisters of U.S. citizens. They're working on cases from 2007. So that's like a 15-year wait.
Okay. Well, thank you. And then the second question is for me.
Okay.
Actually, I've been trying to speak to you one-on-one, but like I might as well just give you the tip of the iceberg. I've been here for 19 years now. I got married. This is my second marriage. The first one, they thought it was sham, so they canceled it. I remarried, and then they kept going back and forth, and got to a stage they said my file was missing, and finally they found the file, and I went for interview, and after that, we didn't hear from them for a long time. So I got this lawyer. I was using one lawyer, but he wasn't really doing much. He kept asking for money. So I got another lawyer, and he now said, okay, let's refile. So we refiled again in 2016. And as I speak to you right now, I don't have anything to show for it.
Do you have the denial notice from the first marriage case?
They didn't send any denial, nothing. They just kept us hanging. But they kept saying, like, I even spoke to some guy in San Antonio office.
No. I'm sorry. Not on this one. On the old one. Do you have that denial?
We didn't get anything.
Did anybody ever make a request for your file through the Freedom of Information Act?
Nobody. We even had to appeal. We even had to send a couple of documents to, the former lawyer said he was going to send it to appeal court. We waited and waited. I called appeal court severally. They were waiting for a brief from the USCIS, but nothing came. They had to send back the file. It was just, so second lawyer said file for a fresh one, which we did in 2016.
Yeah.
And they changed our interview date a couple of times online. And they said we didn't appear for interview. We were there for interview in July 2016. But then what they have online, the status there is totally wrong, not what happened.
So this is all strange to me, and the only way to figure out what's going on would be to get a copy of your file from USCIS.
Okay.
So if you want to email us, Daniel can help you with that. It's not a big deal. We charge $500 to track down the file and then research and then we can tell you what needs to happen.
Okay. Okay, well, that sounds good. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good
Yeah,
one.
great. Have a
Thank you,
good
Chinyere.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, Clayton, thanks for your patience.
Hey guys, thanks for taking me
Clayton.
on. Quick question. My wife and I are going through an adjustment of status case. Her passport expires in June. The Mexican consulate will not take new passport appointments unless the passport is expired due to COVID. Is that going to cause a complication for our case if her passport expires?
Nope.
Okay, easy answer. That's what I needed to know.
Yeah, and just explain that to the officer and tell him that, you know, our plan is that as soon as it expires, we'll go get it renewed.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
That was easy. Thanks,
Yeah.
Clayton.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, buddy. See ya.
All right.
I like those quick ones.
Yeah.
I got time for one or two more.
All right. Perry, welcome to the show.
Hey, Jim and Daniel. Thanks for having me.
Sure.
Absolutely.
So, appreciate it. So my wife and I, we have 2 kids, and we live out in Sweden. And we recently applied for an I-130 so that we can move over to the U.S. And I have some questions about like the domicile requirements because they're a bit vague online, and I'm not sure exactly what is a requirement. So I've kept my registration. I have a bank account. I have, retirement fund and things of that nature. Will those things suffice?
When was the
That's my
last time
first
that
question.
you were physically inside the United States?
This past summer.
And you've already filed with USCIS?
Correct. We filed back in May of 21.
Okay. And how old are your kids?
4 and 8, both
know
of
where
which have their U.S. citizenships.
Do you know where you're going to live once you come to the United States?
New York, yeah.
And did you visit? Is that where you visited when you came last year?
Yes.
Did you all come or just you?
Just my wife and I. It was a wedding.
Did you make any kind of arrangements or anything for the kids to go to school or where you're going to live or any of that? I think if you could get some prospective looking stuff, it would help. It sounds like you're pretty close and you might be okay just with what you
Yes.
have. But if you, Perry, could go to New York and try to set up some stuff like get library cards, add them to a bank account or, just get them ready for school. So at least you could explain to the officer, yeah, they're going to go to Brooklyn 1478 when they get there, anything like that, that would all be good.
Okay, because I guess the other option would be for me to move ahead. However, our I-130 is still pending. So
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
little bit worrisome about doing that because I don't want to be away from the family for too long. So
Yeah, if you can afford a trip over. If not, I would do it all electronically and set it up virtually. Like, figure out where you think you're going to live, figure out where you think they're going to go to school, do what you can so that you have a little bit of evidence. I don't think you need a lot.
yeah, because I work abroad, so I don't have a U.S. based job. So I'm a little bit worried about this. So I think it was another person that came on here and spoke a little bit about the affidavit of support and what deems to be, appropriate for income. I mean, I have the appropriate income. I've filed my taxes every year. However,
Yeah,
I
you're
don't
fine.
have a U.S. based. Okay.
Well, that's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
As long as
That's
you-
what that was
if
my
you're
concern.
paying your taxes, if you're paying your taxes every year and you make enough money, that I wouldn't worry about that.
Okay, so they won't see that as like a detriment against us if I'm not already based in the U.S.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me.
You got it, Perry. Have a good day, man.
Yep. You too.
You're on mute.
Oh my God. Hi.
Hey, Kamal.
Thanks for having me.
How you
Really
doing?
appreciate it. Hi. Very good. Thank you. Over the road truck driver. Just watched your video about those. Jim, Daniel. So on December 7th, we've had an interview with my wife. I-751, conditional of remove, whatever that's called. So we were interviewed separately. First, my wife was interviewed for an hour and 40 minutes, and then with me, it went like for 40 minutes. I was really upset. And right from the beginning, she told me, how would you react if I told you that your marriage is fake? I said, nothing. I don't know how to react. She said, no, you have to answer my question. So my response was bullshit. She didn't like that. She said that that's not the type of language you're allowed to use here. And I said, I don't know what you want me to tell you. I just say it as it is, I gave an oath to speak truth and nothing but truth.
I tried not to answer, and you made me answer, so I gave you the truth. And the truth is that if you're saying my marriage is fake, that's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
this is another, wait, hold on. I have another
you
video
know-
I can do. Can I cuss at my green card interview? All right, go ahead, Kamal. I'm sorry.
I actually no, that's fine, Jim. I love those topics. So for 40 minutes, I only was asked how much you paid her, and what was it? And we know that it's a fake marriage. I said, listen, if you guys know that it's a fake marriage, I'm here. I'm not hiding from you. Here I am. My wife is there. If you can prove it, I'm all in.
Come
I
and
said,
get me.
I'm not hiding from anybody. I've been living in this country for 14 years, paying my taxes, spotless record. I have nothing against it. I mean, here I am.
Let's
Please.
not be mad at them for just a moment. Why do you think that they might think that it's a fake marriage?
Well, I know why they think that. What happened is, so we've been married for over 5 years now, and on probably in about a year and a half, we got our own place. We got a nice condominium in Washington State, and as usual these days, how it works, we were posting stuff online, and then her ex-boyfriend, from whom she had a restraining order, basically filed a complaint that she's doing a fake marriage with me and I'm paying her. And in about 10 minutes after the interview, I told the lady, I said, listen, if Chris made that complaint, he's full of shit. He's nobody. He's a loser, and he makes dramas. I said, and what you're doing here, ma'am, you're creating more drama and bringing more drama into my life. I'm not into this. I said, listen, you want to believe me? You believe me. Because right from the beginning, when she started asking those questions, and she said that, oh, I'm going to print it out and you're going to sign the paperwork. In about 30 minutes, she gives me paperwork. I read the answers, and I'm like, no, I didn't answer you that way. So she had to read down the paperwork, and then I read it, and then I signed it, basically. And I did ask her, however, I said, ma'am, I know you're doing your job. I'm sorry for being so, how do you say that?
Combative?
Not really combative, just kind of, I was just emotional.
Yeah, understandable.
I told her that, I'm sorry for letting out my emotions, but it's just, we've had a long way getting here. We really wanted for this day to come as soon as possible. And I didn't expect that type of a treatment. But then as I was sitting at the interview, I remembered your words, as you were saying, those are not your friends. But our first interview, the lady was just awesome. I mean, she was very friendly. But again, that's the first interview. And I guess that's how it goes, right? They don't know much about
that was
the
probably
marriage.
That was probably before they got the drama letter from Chris.
Yes.
So what's your question?
And I don't even know what is my question, but I feel like there's nothing I can do at this point. But I really wanted to hear your opinion about it. Is there anything we can do? By the way, I don't know if we did it right or not, but since we were, my Bluetooth had disconnected.
That's okay. Keep going.
Since we were so upset, my wife sent a letter to Department of Homeland Security, complaining how we were treated and what kind of a question we were asked. Because the lady did ask about our sexual life, and as soon as she said that, I told her, you're disgusting, and she said, I'm gonna end this interview. I said, listen, you can do whatever you want to do. If there's another officer available to interview us, I would prefer to do that. I'm not gonna be talking to you about my sexual life. This is not your problem. This is not your business. How I do it and when I do it. And that's how it was. I'm not exaggerating anything. I mean, this is how it went. That's why I also, when I wrote in the comment section that I think I think we did it well. I don't know how my wife did it. I mean, according to her, she also did a good thing, but I don't know how it's gonna go for me. So that's pretty much it. That is my question, Jim.
When did you
I don't
file?
know.
When did you file the 751?
In 2019.
And have you applied for citizenship?
No, I have not actually.
Good.
I was thinking about it, but I didn't do it.
I think you need to sue them on this. I don't think they're going to decide the case until you sue them.
Mm-hmm. So we need to fight more, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're assholes. They are. I mean, bunch of idiots.
You don't have to tell me. Right?
Well, I appreciate it. I guess I'm going to be contacting you guys and see what are my options, because, you know, I have a plan B. That's my own plan B, but that's not more of a plan B, but it's just my passion. And I think I might be doing that, but I'm not going to be speaking about it here. But what would be the best way contacting you guys? Email it to you or calling you guys?
You can call and ask for Danny.
Okay. All right.
Thanks. All right. Thanks, Kamal.
Thanks, Kamal. Thank you, guys. Very appreciate your help. Thank you, guys.
That was something.
Wow. All right. Well, thanks, Kamal. That had a little bit of everything in that story. All right. Well, we got time for one more. Greta, welcome to the show. Thanks for your patience.
Hi, and thank you so much for adding me. I try to get in. I just have like a couple of real quick questions, and some of them were like halfway answered already. So one of those, I'm currently on OPT after my, because I just graduated not long ago. So I actually have an EAD card, a work permit. So I did not click. So when you go to the USCIS website, it gives you an access code to add your paper file case. And my 90-day expired. And I tried to contact USCIS because you can tell them to send a new access code. And I tried to call them on the phone, but I couldn't talk to anybody. But I didn't get any feedback. And I would probably need that to add my cases online. So what should I do to contact them?
You're talking about your 90 days to apply for OPT?
Yes. I had to type in two numbers, and one is the A number, and the A number expired, the account number. So
okay. So when did you graduate?
I graduated December 11.
And you did you get a receipt notice back for your OPT?
Yes, I got everything. I got my card, the papers. I just tried to add it online because the access code expired. So
I don't understand your question. If you have your EAD, I don't know what you mean your access code. I don't deal with OPT that much, so I don't know what you're asking me.
Oh, they gave me like I had to, when you go to USCIS, you can add a paper file case, and I couldn't add you have to type in the access code that they sent you with your EAD card, and that access code expired, and you can request a new one through the website.
Why do you need to do that or want to do that? I don't understand.
I don't know. They told me, because I went to the international office at the university, and they told me I need to do that anyways for my OPT. Because my other question, which is probably more important now, I have to figure this one out too. But I applied for a marriage-based green card because we got married. I had a fiance here for a year now, and we got married. So I have to file for a marriage-based green card. And so if I'm on OPT, do I do an adjustment of status, or do I apply for a marriage-based green card since I already have my EAD card?
You're going to file the I-130, the I-130A, the I-485 for your green card. You're going to file another I-765 for another work card. You're going to file for advanced parole, and you're going to file the affidavit of support, the I-864. Those are all the forms that your husband needs to file for you.
Okay, and my last question is how, because I'm from Europe, but how is the travel permit works? I know so many people suggest like not to travel at all for when the case is pending, like while the case is pending. So I'm not sure if it's a good idea or how. I don't know.
Like one of the things I said is you're going to have to file for advanced parole, and you can't leave until you get that advanced parole. So don't leave until you get the advanced parole.
And that takes up to like about 200 days.
6 months.
Oh, like the actual green card?
Oh, green card takes a year.
Oh, okay. But
so
I get
this is like a temporary work and travel card that you get. It'll look like
okay. So when I have that, I can actually travel back to Europe and just show that I'm come back, even if I don't have the green card.
That's right. And even if you don't, I would imagine your F1 visa has expired from when you first came.
Yes, that's why I have my OPT, which is good up to until next January, I believe.
Yeah, but if you leave the United States, you're going to have to get another stamp in your passport to get back into the United States unless you get advanced parole.
Yeah, so you would just suggest to wait with traveling until I actually get this card through if we apply.
Yep.
Okay. All right. And I still have to do the adjustment of status as well as all the other forms, right?
That's the 45. Yeah, that's all those forms are how you adjust.
I know there are plenty of forms I have to fill out because with the OPT too, but okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for the time. And
Bye, Greta. See ya.
Greta.
All right, Daniel. So I had a crazy case yesterday, and you actually were kind enough to forward me the documents from that case. I got to go talk to those people right now.
Okay, you got to run. Yeah.
I got to run, but I'll see you. You're going to be back with me on Thursday?
Absolutely. This was a lot of fun.
We're not going to forget old Kamal for a while, are we?
Yeah, it was like a soap opera, like intrigue and all this stuff.
People don't. And then he said he's got his secret plan.
Yeah, I love that.
I sort of afraid to ask.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. I'll see you.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Daniel.